Hey, Ted here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. On today's video we're going to be focusing on the smaller time frame, again starting from the highs around 14th of April. Since then, again, the main primary idea has been that we came down in 3 waves into these lows here. Again, it did not extend beyond the 1.382, so there is at this point no reason for me to think that this was a 1-2, even though I have the option here. But again, I just wanted to clarify that before someone asks about that again. To me, this looks very decent as the 3-way structure, whether it is pivoted from here into here or one of these peaks. Does not really matter to me. You can figure it out on yourself. Again, that is in the past, and what we are looking for next is obviously what matters. So again, from the lows, in my opinion, this looked way better as a 3-way structure. Came down in 3-wave as well, but we had this weird structure that we, or at least I thought, is impulsive. This was the area where we were long, and we got this whole move basically, and then took profits and got a stop loss at some point. I think it was somewhere around here back. Again, we had TPs on these two, and we had a smaller time frame divergence forming, which is the reason why we took those profits. And again, we dumped down and would have gotten into the initial stop loss as well, but yeah, this worked out very well. Since the lows of around 18th of May, we've had this kind of weird structure. I'm not really sure how I want to be labeling that still. It could be that we just have this as a 5, 3 back, and then another 5. Some kind of 3-way structure, whether it is again an ABC or WXY, that does not really matter. We have a divergence here indicating that something is coming to an end. We had a swing failure pattern coming down from here, and yeah, this was obviously way too early for me to catch. This was basically at midnight, or well, 4 a.m. for me, so there's no way I'm up at that point. But yeah, since then again we came down. Let's take a look at that move coming down a bit more closer. So here it is, basically almost a swing failure pattern. Again, it's not that easy to see because again this was not as swift of a move. This took quite a long time here, half an hour at least, could be more, to form out. But we came back and got back into the area that we basically were given even a back test here for it, and then we came down more rapidly. So in my opinion, again, we came down in potential 3 in here. We had a 3-way structure going up and yet another 3-way structure. Sure, you could be labeling this in 5. However, the largest consolidation is in the middle, which generally means that we have some kind of 3-way structure. Whether it's at ABC or WXY like I have it, does not really matter. So my preference here is a WXY. Since then again, we had some kind of move up, a consolidation more likely, and then yet another move downwards. You could have it in here, have some kind of a triangle in here. It's not really fitting too well because again the trend lines are not really there, but again this last leg does not go beyond here, so we could have a BCDE here and have that as basically the connector wave structure for the structure coming down, which again fits very well into this idea that we have a 3-wave coming down here and hitting that 1-to-1 extension. Now, at that point again, you would think that this whole thing might be over. It could be. I'm not quite sure. This is kind of weird of a structure at this point. We came up in 3 here. We came down in 3. So again, we are somewhat compressing this whole time. This whole thing might be even a triangle. Who knows? This middle structure is kind of wacky. We could have just a 3-wave here. So A, B, C, D, E. This would be an important place. So if we are going to be getting a structure like that, I would be very aware of this structure here and see if we get a rejection. That would be playing into that triangle idea. Other way of looking at it is that we are still not done. 3-wave here, 3-wave here, and what this whole thing could be part of. Well, 3 in here, but we have not yet received a pardon leg for this one yet. So we could have a 3 there, taking out these, and then potential swing failure of that again. And then we would have a partner leg for this structure over here to the downside, a bit larger, taking out this liquidity, and then we would have this larger structure partner leg in here, taking out the liquidity that we have resting basically here. So again, this would be very much of a very choppy range for quite some time still, and before we can even start to create yet another structure. Again, remember, we came down in 3. If we are creating another 3 here, what the expectation is? Well, if we don't retrace this structure 90%, it is most likely going to be a WXY. More complex structure, a combination correction to the downside, which again, we would be looking for somewhere in here. But again, we have not yet received this high here. So again, the higher time frame predictions are quite out the table at this point. But it's interesting to see how this could be played. And if I was market maker, this kind of structure would definitely be something that would take a lot of people out of the market and would net me a very nice profit. But I think that is the idea here for Bitcoin. If these kind of things happen, consolidation here in the middle, we could be looking for longs. Here we could be looking for shorts, either with the idea that this is a triangle, if we break that, looking for swing failure pattern, and then downwards again. Here, yet another possibility, around 26.3k, and then again at that point higher highs taken 27.6. But again, that is predicting way too far into the future. We'll see how and what happens. But this is the idea that I currently have, that I'm looking for the possible trades to come. But that's going to do it for this video again. I hope you enjoyed and got something out of it. If you want to educate yourself more, check out the following advertisements. Otherwise, thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye. Couple of advertisements here: Patreon Elliott Wave Basics course, weekly live streams and more Elliott Wave analysis. Udemy Elliott Wave Advanced course, including RSI, risk management, Elliott Wave strategies and time analysis, and counter trend capital, trade setups, education and community. Check us out if you're interested in learning more.